Hi, friends. Hi, friends. Here's a guy that had a very positive experience using the Nikon Z. This is from Adorama, who's a camera store, a big-time camera store in New York. And he was using the Z7, I think.
Okay, so look how far away you are from me, and so I really want you in on it. Okay, I see what you're doing. To be hidden in between all these fish, the grip had to be low key, so speed lights in this situation were absolutely perfect. And because I'm using Nikon, I got to use all the Nikon speed lights. I mixed 910s with SB5000s, totally perfect.
Now I think some of those pictures are just stunning.
One thing I really loved about it was I could swap the battery out for my RD850 batteries. So then there was no problem with that. It just kept my day going. I can't stress enough, I was shooting them one-handed. The style of the grip, it felt native. It felt like a Nikon. It didn't feel like I was shooting some other camera. It didn't feel like they just ripped out a mirror from a body. They really put it one-handed. The style of the grip, it felt native. It felt like a Nikon. It didn't feel like I was shooting some other camera. It didn't feel like they just ripped out a mirror from.
Now that's what I like about using my Nikons. You get your hand around that grip, man, and it's just very, very comfortable. And everyone has said that about this new Z.
Entire time. The focus peaking, if you let me use my manual focusing lenses from years ago. I think I had that lens from 2003. So 2003 lens on a 2018 body. I mean, come on. That's one of the things I love about Nikon is I could always grow with it, and I grew with it my entire career because my old stuff just carried with it. And with this camera, I can have it side by side with my 850 and not have to worry about investing in a whole new system. So with only about 5-10 minutes left to shoot here, I pulled off the 14mm. I went to a 105 micro, and I went long lens, got some really shallow depth of field, and made these fish nice blurry colors with my Sea Queen. She's a siren, evil but beautiful. I don't know. You decide.
He had a very positive experience with the electronic viewfinder. I was watching a live stream from Adorama also, and one of the Nikon guys said that you can switch modes between what the eye sees native and what you're gonna see after the camera processes it. You can go back and forth in the EVF, which I think is awesome.
I'm usually an all optics kind of guy, but having the image preview in this particular EVF was so real time. It looked like I was tethering right to my eyeball. It wasn't frame rates issue. It didn't feel like I was looking through water. It was a really crisp, high dynamic range, high resolution, really deep blacks. It was all there. It didn't feel like I was looking at just a preview. It felt like I was tethering to my eyeball. So that helped me stay in the camera, helped me stay with my model, helped me get shot after shot after shot rather than stopping and looking back every 4 or 5 frames. We've been shooting all day, and the ergonomics, I can't tell you how comfortable this camera is, how native it.
All right, so let me go to one more guy who's had a positive experience with the Nikon Z. I already pre-ordered it. I don't care that it has one memory thing. I was really concerned. What I was really concerned about is the autofocus. I can't. That should be as good as the Sony or better. Here's a little bit of sample footage from DP Review. If you want to see this real fast. Sample video. This is a this is a what is a 1080p television. So you're not going to see 4K footage. That's sorry, but so that's what I have. I think that looks pretty good at the 4Res, the ProRes 422. The Nikon guy at the podcast said that going from 8 bits to 10 bits is an extra billion colors. That's that's a lot of color subtlety, I think. So that's another positive. Maybe the other the other people using the camera, they just didn't have enough time to learn how to use it. And that's just the way it is. You just didn't have enough time to learn how to use it. This is the same guy that did the carousel thing. There's one more guy I want to get to. This guy has been doing online camera reviews for 8 or 9 years.
January 2017, we had
shut the front door, shut the back door, in fact, everything, right? Anyway, let's go take some pictures. Yeah, so this 45 megapixels, not only that, it's got a really healthy burst, 9 frames per second. It's got a button with an eye on it, quick access to all your settings. At 9 FPS it's one short the A7R3, but then you get 3 more megapixels with the Nikon. But when you think about the resolution, either way, that's still pretty damn insane. Buffer fills up after about just under 20 compressed RAW.
No, I think having all the buttons accessible with your thumb is cool. You can do other things with your left hand, just worry about balancing the camera or do something else. So I think it's pretty cool that all those important buttons are accessible with your thumb.
But still, it has 273 autofocus points. So yes, it feels pretty good. Autofocusing is pretty quick. I mean, in terms of how much area it covers of the frame, it covers 90% of the width of the frame. It's crazy. I mean, anything further than that is just not worth focusing on, to be honest. 90%. Yeah, I mean, the focusing speed, pretty damn good. It's quick. It is quick. And the spread, it covers 90% of the width of the frame. I mean, anything more than that is just not worth focusing on. It's great. You know, understandably, these two cameras aren't going to draw a lot of comparisons to the Sony's because there's a higher res version and an all-rounder with a lower price. But Nikon are making some bold statements.
Maybe the camera wasn't adjusted for the lighting conditions that the other YouTube photographers were trying to take pictures in. I don't know, but this guy, as you saw, he's not having any problems with the autofocus.
That shoots 4K 422. Yes, it's got mic and headphone inputs, HDMI out, and 5-axis VR for 5 stops of shaky reduction. Also does a decent job of smoothing out handheld video. Yeah, so quite interesting. Externally, you've got the 4K 10-bit 422 N-Log. Internally, you've got 4K, but you don't have 10-bit 422 N-Log. But still, 4K full frame, and you've got phase detection autofocus, so it should focus quite well. It works all right. The focus is smooth, organic, if you will. It did focus on the background a couple of times, but this is the best continuous AF in a Nikon for video. And the colours look great on the Nikon, even if the flattest you can have it is the flat picture profile. Okay, so that is pretty much it for this quick, brief hands-on with Nikon's first full-frame mirrorless camera, and I really liked it, but I wish I could test out a little.
So as you see, other people got other professionals got much better results. And that's where I'll leave it. It's not an epic fail. What can I say? I'm continuing to search YouTube for other news sources and other evaluations.